What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I did actually want to make a smaller video today going over an issue I have been seeing popping up a bit recently. This is also going to be on the bug reporter on Ubisoft, so they are definitely aware of it. But I am curious to know how many players are experiencing this. Now, if you might be wondering, apparently doing some of the new photo ops on the Made in Japan Volume 2 playlist and also the newest Chase Squad playlist, some of the photo ops don't work. For some odd reason, though, I was actually going through and testing many of these out, and for some weird reason, most of them actually do work when I did them. But apparently, some players are actually going through some of them and they're getting an error code when they actually try to, take the photo to finish it. They get an error code and they get kicked out. Do let me know in the comments below, guys, if you are having this issue. The thing is, though, I don't think it's everybody that is experiencing it. I do feel like it's going to be a fairly widespread issue because it had over 30 upvotes on it, and I was hearing about this for the past couple of days. I'm going to guess and say right now we might actually get like a hot fix hopefully for it. Hopefully not coming out in the next season or something like that, maybe like a mid-season patch or something, because I do know I feel like a lot more players are probably experiencing this than I actually think. Like when I was going through, I was like, okay, let me do this one. I actually went through and did like all of the actual main photo ops in both of them, except maybe like one or so in each of the playlists. Legit, every single one actually worked, but then again, though, I go on Discord, I go on different media platforms, I'm like, wait, these are actually not working for people, man. They were all fine for me, but then again, not all the issues affect everybody. Something similar like this is probably going to come down to certain challenges not working still, which I do know some of those are also being upvoted in the actual bug reporter as well. Apparently some of the like clean driver ones are not working in like the Porsche playlist or something like that, or the Lamborghini one. Also on top of that, though, I did hear about some of the grand race challenges apparently not working, like the one you have to complete a grand race or something in like the Supra. Apparently that one is also not working. Again, do let me know in the comments below. The biggest thing I was actually aiming at with this video is to try to get some of the main issues out there, and that way we can actually get the proper things like on the bug reporter and get many of the issues fixed. So if you guys are having issues with the photo ops and both of the new playlists, do let me know if you're actually having that issue. I wasn't, but then again, that doesn't mean there is not going to be a problem. Normally with some of the challenges and stuff like that, I do know players probably get through most of them and be fine, whereas others probably can't do some of them because they are broken. So it does seem like some of the issues going on are not going to be completely widespread, at least from what I have been seeing anyway. Let's do hope we're actually going to get a hot fix. I do know the mileage thing was fixed pretty recently, which is dope. If you were wondering what that was about, it was similar to Season 4 to where, like the newer cars, you drive them, the mileage on them wasn't tracking, but now that is actually said to be fixed, which is great. That way, if you actually have a favorite car, you can drive it a bit, stack mileage on it, and that way it's not going to be completely broken or reset back to zero. And also on top of that, there's probably one more thing I did want to include in this video that I think we can all consider is a problem. Guess what that's going to be, guys? The traffic. My goodness, we can all agree after the update, the traffic definitely seems to be way worse. This was also something that was upvoted on the bug reporter as well, which I can definitely see it. I do feel like the traffic nowadays, for some odd reason after the update, don't get me wrong, because, well, before I also feel like they were kind of insane with the way they were acting, but now though, they seem to be even more insane now. Like the way I actually see cars go around corners, like they take it super wide for no reason. I've also apparently heard reports of cars coming out of the forest. I have not seen that myself, but my goodness, that would be so dang hilarious. I have noticed the limos seeming to like randomly turn like legit when there's not even a turn there, or they're not really even near it. They randomly just turn, bro. Like, what are y'all doing, man? You're blocking the entire road, cars randomly stopping for no reason. And I think the funny part about that is I really do think after the year 2 update, I'm seeing a lot more cars randomly stopping. Like if you're actually going through a big intersection, they'd sometimes keep going before the update. But no, now they actually stop right in the middle of the road. Anybody else been noticing the big box trucks or the buses taking the widest turns ever, blocking way more parts of the road than they actually should? I've actually seen cars come over the lane and hit me or even go on the wrong side of the road to make a really tiny turn, man. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And also on top of that, do not even get me started on the summit feats. My goodness, I do feel like doing an escape nowadays is probably going to be an absolute nightmare with how this traffic is acting. But besides all that though, guys, do let me know what you've also been encountering in the comments below. Like, are you having issues with the photo ops? Are they going to be fixed for some players now? Are they still broken? Are you actually loving the traffic, which I would say nobody is? Are you having issues with some of the playlist challenges still? Do let me know in the comments below. And the funny thing is though, that was probably the biggest reason why I wanted to make this video, is similar to the older ones going over like the broken playlist challenges and all that. That way I can really see how many players are having it, how widespread this is, and we can really get this stuff fixed.